Okay, there are things that have been topical. Firstly, the issue of water. We have had a temporary outage in terms of water in those areas that have been getting water. The temporary outage was caused by a power surge. The power surge that resulted when they were trying to reconnect power to our pumps. What happened is that the water then flowed back to Morton Jeffrey and flooded our pumps. The pumps, after being flooded, we had to stop using those pumps until they are dried. The pumps are being dried. It takes 48 hours to dry one pump. One pump has been dried and we have resumed pumping in certain areas. And they are going to be increasing as the days go by. We are using 4 pumps that were flooded, and so currently we are under 3 pumps that are operating and the one that has been fully dried. We are looking at the civil designs at Morton Jeffrey to ensure that that does not happen again. We have persistently said that issues of power needs a lasting resolution. We have spoken to ZESA and they've assured us that we will be able to build a dedicated solar plant at the Morton Jeffrey waterworks and our other works that relate to sewer and our pumping capacity. So it's very important. We ask the residents to bear with us in this temporary outage, but that has been resolved and is being resolved, and more suburbs will be getting water as we go into the festive season. That is the current challenge. Then secondly, I do understand that there were concerns around Lake Chivero water. We have a treatment plant on Lake Chivero precisely for the reason to treat water from any contamination that it might have. What is critical is testing the water when it leaves Morton Jeffries. When the water leaves Morton Jeffries, it is tested every day by our own chemist, it is tested by SARS, and we are willing to have it tested by anyone at any point in its circulation. When it leaves Morton Jeffrey, the water is 99 point something clean, which is way above the World Health Organization standard that we have set. It also kills any bacteria in it. We use chlorine gas to do that, and as it is at this station, it will have 0.8, and as it is in your water system, there's residual chlorine to kill any contaminants that might come into our system at any time in it. So it is very irresponsible and reckless for anyone, NGO, government official, to cast aspersions on Harare water without concrete proof. We are using Harare water to deal with infectious diseases. That's why there is low cholera, low diarrhea, and low typhoid at this time of the year where water is scarce. The scarcity of those diseases is a testament to the efficacy of the water that we are supplying to the residents. So if you scare residents from using Harare water, you are putting them in danger as they will resort to unprotected sources or sources whose water we don't know its origin. The Lake Chivero is under the purview of Zinwa. The environs of Lake Chivero are under the purview of the national parks. We are in discussions with the national parks so that we fully understand what their grievance is with the water. It would appear that the animals have stopped dying. We have not done anything, and so we urge them to come to the party and to the table, and we all work out together to understand what really are the problems. The phenomena of the greening of the water is a phenomenon known as algae bloom. Algae bloom occurs when there is heat and the water is stagnant and the water turns green temporarily. Once it turns green temporarily, as the algae bloom dies, it drops to the bottom of the lake. It takes away the oxygen and the fish then suffocate because of the result, and then you have the phenomenon of where the fish that would have so suffocated float to the surface and are taken by fishermen and anyone else who wants to take that fish. We are working to deal with issues around the sewer system at the river crossing, where the bulk of the contamination happening, and one of the biggest is Amalindi. We already have a contract for Amalindi that is going to be effected to repair. We have about 10 to 11 river crossings, and those river crossings will be dealt with within the first quarter of the year to ensure that our sewer goes to the treatment plants. Our treatment plants treat 281 megaliters per day, and because of these leakages, 69 megaliters is finding its way to the sewer treatment plants. But hopefully we will be able to use them to the full capacity and also to expand this treatment. I will hasten to add that the issue of Harare water and sewer requires a whole of government approach. It is not for the finger pointers, it is not for the looking to blame anyone, but it is to be able to deal with the challenges holistically so that we come up with a solution to the water crisis. But I want to underscore and emphasize that Harare water is safe. It is being tested independently and by ourselves, and that people should use it where it is available. 2025 is a whole year. There are certain measures that we are implementing that are to deal with the software of Harare. You must admit that there is a marked improvement in the roads on the western side of Samora Machel. You must admit that there is a build of infrastructure that is being built and that is going to be completed within the first quarter of the year. The software issues that you talk about, service delivery, the taking of rubbish, the patching of potholes, the delivery of water, are things that we should be able to immediately work on once we deal with the systemic issues that are affecting that area. We have signed a new deal where refuse is going to be collected from the people. We are going to expand we've got a deal with a new chemical which is called chlorine dioxide, which we are going to be using to clean our waters. We are about to conclude the issue of the ERP to better manage our revenue collection and the deployment thereof. We are going to digitalize the city within the first quarter of the year to ensure that the revenue leakages that have been affecting service delivery are done away with. I'm more optimistic than ever that we are almost close to the answer, and just a little patience will see us delivering a place to be. It's already a place people want to come. Just a few days ago, I hosted my Valley, who had never set foot in Harare. She was amazed with the beauty of Harare. It's probably the one who has something thinks that it is ugly than the one who does not have. But I tell you, there are many people who would give anything to live in the city of Harare under Mafume.